G'day and welcome to a new video. In today's video, I'm going to be starting a new project. I'm going to be showing you what's going on with it, and it's something that I think is going to be a good one, be nice and relatable. Also, over the last week out here, so my last video I was putting out a granular fertilizer and I was battling the weather. Up until Tuesday or so this week, we had 7 days of rain out of the previous 8. It was really wet. There's a few things that I was worried about in the lawn that I'm just waiting to see after I give it a mow today, how it actually is underfoot when I get to walk across the entire thing, have the mower underneath it and see how it's looking. So what I'm gonna do is get it all tidied up. I haven't done the edges out here for a little while, and yet it hasn't been cut for 7 days either, which it definitely needs one. It's not desperate for one. If I let it go without a cut in proper growing season for a week, it'd be massive by now. So anyway, needs a cut. Looking forward to see how it looks. Looking forward to getting it all tidied up out here. So let's get stuck into it. This garden bed and the clacku through it absolutely sucks. I'm probably back into winter going to think of a solution that where I dig down, put some weed mat or something in there. I don't know, it's just really hard to keep it at bay without pulling it out every week. So anyway. Had to cut recording the mow short a little bit there because I was running low on camera battery, but yeah, geez, it's looking quite nice out here, and definitely having a few days without rain has really helped the whole area. What I was referring to at the start about being worried about for winter, and I still am, it's probably not as bad out here as I thought it was, but just over in this area, really squishy. Alongside that back fence, the grass that runs alongside that garden bed at the back there is quite squishy. When I've been digging for trees, and even in this garden bed, you know, probably 200 mil down, something like that, is a really decent clay base. So just worried about that clay kind of repelling the water and it staying really sloshy on top. So anyway, this is something that's really good if you do move into a new house or whatever. I've seen this lawn, you know, and what's the issues and things that happen with it across the growing season. When we moved in October, it was super wet spring that we had, and we were getting, well, the first 31 days we lived here, we had 23 days of rain, and some of those days big rain, not just a little bit, and so it was super sloshy out here. So top dressing with sand, core aeration, all that sort of thing. I think if I had planned ahead a bit more, I probably would have core aerated in February or something like that. Maybe March, a couple of months after I did it the first time, just to really open it up the soil a lot more. And there's a lot of benefits to that core aeration at different times of the year. So especially on a brand new lawn, if that's something I had have been able to do, had time for, that would have been great. There's a part, I'll see if I can find the clip and overlay it, where I stopped over here because these worm castings over here in this particularly sloshy area made a really thick layer of dirt on the front roller, which is really annoying. It makes it harder to get a nice clean cut. But yeah, so I'm just gonna see how it goes. Really, you know, being the middle of May right now, you know, June, July, August, middle of September, 4 months to get through. We're still gonna hold on to some half decent weather for the next few weeks or so. We hit June, we hit winter, it is gonna get cold and things are gonna go downhill, but I think it's one of those things, especially where through the cold winter, you spend more time inside and that sort of thing, not as much time out here realizing, you know, how bad it is in a way. And spring rolls around pretty quick. So anyway, just good to take note of these things, and that's what I will be doing throughout winter, is just checking it all out, seeing what the problems are. If it gets to a point where it's very wet, and I need to look at drainage and that sort of thing getting added into this lawn. I'd rather do it now, dig up for stuff like that before I've done 10 seasons of top dressing to get it laser level. I'd rather do it now than, you know, later on and fix all these things up. But anyway, a project that I'm starting, I'll go and show you that. Over here is going to be a bit of a project area because eventually, I'm not sure how big our plans are going to get in terms of some sort of structure that goes poolside over this side of the house. We're going to wait and see how we go with the other outdoor area and whatnot. But at this stage, we want a fire pit, you know, other things in this area, and that's why it's not renovated like the rest of the lawn. And you can see very clearly that line there where that lawn being treated very nicely and this lawn hasn't as much. There's 2 videos where I did a renovation project on this lawn, and you can steal from that if you know what I'm talking about just briefly. You can definitely, especially being here, see a difference in this patch compared to the others massively that was sculpted and scarified compared to the rest, but you can look up those videos if you want to. What I'm going to do over here is, because it is not a great patch of lawn, and this is sort of something that, you know, is going to be good for people who might, you know, be using a rotary mower. They've just come across, you know, lawn care, social media stuff, and they're like, oh, I want to renovate my lawn and things like that, and it's a terrible time of year here in Australia. So what I'm going to do, I was mowing this at a number 6, I'm going to bring it up to a number 8, potentially a number 9. And I'm just going to lift it up to eliminate some of these scalp marks that you can still see from when I mowed at number 6 last week, because it's far too late now to do a proper scalp. So that's what I'm going to be doing on here, and it's going to be really interesting to see how it responds, because the other thing I'm going to do, anytime I've got the sprayer full, I'm going to be walking up and down that section there to spray it, and I'm going to be leaving the other half of it with nothing on there. So we're going to be able to compare as well products versus no products, as well as just, you know, doing something as simple as raising up the mowing height to eliminate your scalp marks to get a nicer finish on the lawn for now, until we hold off until we get to spring to get a full renovation. And that's something that you watching might be able to do. And yeah, I think I'm especially interested to see how on this lawn, which is still thatchy and not very nice, how much over there, the side that gets products, because I applied that Proliferate fertilizer over here last week. When I did the rest of the lawn, I just walked up and back one time. So that's been fertilized a week ago. So yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how it responds. I am running short on time this afternoon. I've got to get a cut done on the front lawn before I get tea organised and pick the kids up. So I'm not going to mow this right now actually, and because I've raised it up those 2 mowing heights, it doesn't really need a mow anyway. So I'll do one early next week because I want to keep up with a regular weekly mow on this for as long as it kind of needs it. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this responds. So look out for this project going forward. Now my favourite part, which is wrapping up. You know, things right now, I'm not sure how consistent the YouTube uploads are going to be over the next probably 5 weeks. I'm still going to try and get videos up and that sort of thing. And I really want to stick to that every Sunday upload. Just so flat out trying to prepare that outdoor area right now, which there's lots of content on Instagram and TikTok if you're interested, especially Instagram. Don't follow TikTok, people on there are stupid, and you get more out of it on Instagram. So yeah, if you want to follow me there and for some reason you're watching me on YouTube and you haven't seen me on Instagram, then follow me there, but there's lots more content over there, so, and that's obviously easier to edit and upload. So anyway, I'm really looking forward to having kind of the stress of getting that area finished done, so that I can a bit more guilt-free spend time making videos and getting really into some stuff that I want to get into, especially moving through winter and preparing, getting into next spring, which is going to be awesome. Really looking forward to that. So anyway, thanks for watching this one. Subscribe, like, blah 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 blah. See you in the next one.